Analyze the pros and cons. This particular slide is my favorite when it comes to this topic because ये slide में all the points that you require for answering this in your GD is going to be put forth, right? Okay there, hello you guys, welcome back to the next session in this particular series of GK and current affairs. And the topic that we have for today is, can India move towards a cashless economy? Now, of course, we will be delving into this particular topic much more in detail, but at this point of time, I request you guys to pause the video, put in your thoughts in the comments, and let's just see if your thoughts align with what the video talks about. So, you need to have an opinion at the start itself, and then you can have multiple variations of the same opinion. So, go down below, comment in the comment section on what do you think should be the answer to this question? And if at all India can move towards a cashless economy, what year do you think we'll achieve that? That's also a crucial point, guys, because at the end of the day, everything needs to have a timeline and everything has to have a set a process through which it can get to that timeline or that goal, right? So go ahead and comment and let's get started with this topic. Some facts and figures. Let's analyze the pros and cons. This particular slide is my favorite when it comes to this topic because ये slide में all the points that you require for answering this in your GD is going to be put forth, right? Pros वाले भी side के points हम cover करेंगे, हम cons भी देखेंगे, what are the positives and the negatives. Let's first look at the positives, right? The pros. Transactions can be completed with the touch of a button. There is so much ease. Imagine yourself having to look for the exact change when you're making a cash payment, as against if you have like a 17 rupees transaction or something like that, एक scanner से easily हो जाता है, right? You're saving up on a lot of time. It helps the government keep track of all financial transactions. Very important, guys. Black money is a big problem when it comes to India, and hence having a digital payment mode ensures that there is a track kept at government's end to have proper financial transactions being incorporated in the country. Lastly, it makes international transfers quite easy, right? अगर cash नहीं है तो आप digitally payment कर सकते हो around the world. Issue of counterfeit currency, which is not that big in India as of now, but it was huge in India up at some point in time. So fake currency notes जो हम बना रहे हैं वो eliminate हो जाएंगे. There is cashless transactions giving consumers a proof of payment. It can be used in case of disputes. Tomorrow you pay someone in cash and that person disappears, you have no way of tracking it. But if you pay someone through a digital mode of payment, it can be easily tracked, right? So in case कोई issue होता है future में, you can go ahead and track this information. Now let's look at the negatives associated with this, right? People from low income families are frequently vulnerable to numerous online scams. So जहाँ पे हम देख रहे हैं कि counterfeit currency notes बन रहे हैं, there are also fake websites being created जहाँ पे आप online payment कर रहे हैं. People who are not that educated, people who are not aware of the kind of issues they can face in the future, often fall prey to these things, right? The cashless economy has yet to take root in our country's semi-urban and rural areas. So urban areas may, if you're living in Mumbai, you're living in the metropolitan areas, मेट्रो सिटीज में अगर आप रह रहे हो तो आपको इतना रियलाइज नहीं होगा. बट मूव ऑन टू अ सेमी अर्बन और अ रूरल एरिया एंड यू विल रियलाइज दैट इंटरनेट पेनिट्रेशन ही इतना कम है कि कैशलेस इकोनॉमी लुक्स लाइक अ वेरी फार फेच्ड ड्रीम एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम. The technology we utilize is still vulnerable to hacking. We haven't really closed all loops, right? It becomes quite difficult, and because of that, hacking is very much possible. Lastly, technical issues in banking. A lot of times you see that because there's a lot of traffic going onto the website of a bank, it may crash. It may not be able to take that load because वो इतना technologically advanced नहीं है, right? Okay, so let's just look at the challenges to a cashless economy that you can consider. मतलब यहाँ पे हम सिर्फ इतना देख रहे हैं कि cashless economy अगर आनी है या फिर incorporate होनी है in India, क्या टाइप के challenges हमें आएंगे. Firstly, 60% से ज़्यादा लोग तो इंडिया में रूरल एरियाज में रहते हैं जहाँ पे इंटरनेट पेनिट्रेशन ज़्यादा नहीं है. 90% ऑफ इंडिया लेबर सेक्टर में है, इनफॉर्मल है एंड मोर सो कैश रिलायंट है. A quarter of rural population does not own a cell phone, right? तो कंप्यूटर इलिटरेट है, अगर उन पास सेल फोन ही नहीं है तो डिजिटल पेमेंट्स करेंगे कहाँ से, राइट? थेफ्ट एंड हैकिंग बहुत ज्यादा प्रेवलेंट है बिकॉज वी डोंट हैव एक्सट्रीमली एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजी ऑप्शंस. नेट बैंकिंग सॉल्यूशंस, क्रेडिट कार्ड, डेबिट कार्ड, आज भी एटीएम्स बहुत easily hack होते हैं. there's a lot of theft around these areas and hence people will still always have that fear in their mind. Okay, so how exactly do we overcome these challenges? So challenges तो है, इतना तो समझ गया, but keeping in mind the challenges, what are the things that you can do to overcome these? So first, before we embark on the digital India agenda, digital security को address करना बहुत ज़्यादा important है. How secure can you make it for your consumer to use a digital mode, right? So you have to implement, you have to put this in the minds of your consumers that we need to move into a cashless economy, and how observe how rich urban areas adapt to it, because urban areas में जो लोग होते हैं वो early adopters होते हैं, right? So they can easily adapt to different options. अगर हम सेमी अर्बन एरियाज या रूरल एरियाज में कुछ इनकॉर्पोरेट करेंगे तो their experiment quotient, their risk taking quotient is quite lower, right? So once the concept gains popularity, it may be implemented on a bigger scale. Targeted incentives will persuade individuals and businesses to abandon cash. This might be accomplished by lowering the cost of digital payments, right? So अगर digital payments अगर आप ज़्यादा incentivize करते हैं, तो in a situation like that, more and more consumers will try and adopt it, right? ओके, सेंट्रल बैंक डिजिटल करेंसी के भी रिलेटेड हम थोड़े पॉइंट्स कवर करेंगे, नॉट दैट इंपॉर्टेंट बट गुड टू नो. रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी आरबीआई, is developing its own digital currency known as the central bank digital currency. Central bank digital currency in India will be the digital equivalent of the rupee. Now, cryptocurrency के भी बारे में हमने बहुत ज़्यादा पढ़ा है. They were introduced a few years ago and they offered several benefits over traditional currencies. They are unregulated and have various additional flaws, however, जो cryptocurrency का part है. So in order to capitalize on blockchain technology, numerous countries, including India, are developing their own state-issued digital currency, which in this case is going to be central bank digital currency. Okay, next up, let's look at some of the steps that are taken by our government to introduce or promote cashless economy. Now, Government of India agreed to waive the fee of भीम यूपीआई एंड डेबिट कार्ड ट्रांजैक्शंस फॉर अप टू ₹2000. सो 2000 तक अगर आप पेमेंट कर रहे हो तो आपका जो फी है वो वेव ऑफ हो जाता है. Demonetization has boosted the use of e-wallet services, right? So that was a big change that came in. Also, the government of India held a Digi-Dhan campaign, which 16 lakh fortunate winners received rewards ranging from 1000 rupees to 1 crore, जो है तुम्हारे merchant users, right? So these were the steps that were taken by the government of India. Lastly, we're going to look at the conclusion. Although the cashless economy appears to be a highly promising, we must address issues such as banking, the unbanked, banking illiteracy, digital illiteracy जो है, security जो है, right? So यहाँ पे banking illiteracy is a major thing, digital illiteracy भी है. You need to educate people कि cyber security में हम किस तरह से चीजें हम avoid कर सकते हैं so that you don't get duped, you don't get hacked. All of those things can be spoken about. जो सेंट्रल बैंक डिजिटल करेंसी है उसको हमें ज़्यादा प्रोत्साहित करना है, ज़्यादा हमें प्रमोट करना है. द इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ अ सेंट्रल बैंक डिजिटल करेंसी can aid in the fight against financial crime. India is undoubtedly on its way to become cashless, but of course, कैशलेस इकोनॉमी जो है विच इज अ कंप्लीट चेंज, कैश निकल जाता है, हम डिजिटल ट्रांजैक्शन से करते हैं, वो तो काफी फार-फेच्ड है, राइट? एट दिस पॉइंट विद अ नंबर ऑफ एफर्ट्स द गोल इज टू सिंप्लीफाई द इकोनॉमी एंड रिड्यूस करप्शन थ्रू दिस, right? So I hope you guys have got a major idea about how this topic is going to address the issue in the near future. I hope you have made your points. You can have your personal opinions also coming into the picture, but in my personal opinion, cashless economy is a far-fetched dream at this point of time. Nonetheless, we are moving towards it, so let's hope we can end up getting there soon. All the best for your sessions.